Alright, you delightful human beings, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Christina, aka That Variety, and today we're gathered here to watch more good old MyGM here in WWE 2K25.
The following contest is a tag team Hell in a Cell match. It is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers. First, from San Fernando, Chile, Stephanie Vaquer.
We're gathered here for more good old MyGM goodness. I know this has been a very, touch and go type of series. I mean, it's a little bit longer to film. We can establish that, right? But we are back in the pre-recorded era, which is basically, I'm just pre-recording a bunch of videos because usually fall, if you're new to the channel, fall is usually my busiest season, just, friends and family coming in from out of town and that sort of thing. So that's pretty much why we do a lot of the bulk recording in the fall, but for the most part, I think just bulk recording the gaming content in particular is probably the way to go.
American made from Knoxville, Tennessee, Nile.
Because this is primarily our more evergreen content with YouTube. Mr. YouTube likes to see a little bit of a mix of okay, this is really timely, we need to get more visibility on your channel, that kind of thing. And then they like to see the evergreen content. And y'all seem to be enjoying the gaming content, and I'm enjoying it too. I mean, honestly, we were a gaming channel before a reaction channel, so it's basically cool, a gaming channel moonlighting as a reaction channel almost, right? Right. I don't know. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a lovely day so far. So as per usual, grab your snacks, grab your twisted beverage, get comfy and cozy, and yeah, we'll see what happens moving forward. We've got a Hell in a Cell tag team match to kick things off because Stephanie Vaquer, she wanted a Hell in a Cell match, and this just made sense. We're putting this at the start of the episode because the main event's the triple threat match. We're basically going to be watching this episode and then speed running through weeks 22 and 23. Next episode will be the go-home episode.
Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
Like I was saying, so pretty much we will have just these two matches for this episode. We'll speed run through the next 2 weeks. And then we'll do the go-home episode in the next episode, and then we'll finish out with WrestleMania. And then we will finally be on we'll be in season 2. I wasn't sure if I was going to say, is it in season 2 or on season 2? Either way, I think it works. It is what it is. But it makes sense to give the Hell in a Cell match a little bit more extra airtime because these matches can take quite a while, and the main event, of course, will be the triple threat world title match. So that's exciting. But speaking of exciting, we've got the women's tag team titles on the line to kick things off. So, yeah, I am recording this on October 9th. I don't know when this will be uploaded per usual. I recorded 3 Christina Bennett episodes last night. We've got a lot of progress made, which was great. So I'm hoping that, we just kind of keep doing what we're doing. I mean, y'all seem to be enjoying all the videos, so again, we're going to just keep doing our thing. I'm hoping to finish... Well, I mean, I don't want to say I hope to finish by a certain time, but it'd be great if I could finish the Christina Bennett series, ideally sooner rather than later. Mostly because the sooner we get done with Season 2, which is Monday Night Raw, the sooner we can get to Smackdown. So, if there's a little bit of an uptick towards the end of the year here, that is why. We're not doing a Vlogmas type style format, but I mean, with the amount of Fridays, okay, so I was looking at the calendar. Okay, so this is what kind of got my brain going just now. And I was thinking it through a little bit, and this was kind of part of the decision to take a little bit of a break from the Smackdown reaction. So, pretty much, we will be doing the Smackdown reactions for October. I think that's pretty much good to go, because we're about 3 years deep into that, and we just need to celebrate 3 years, and we'll go from there. But either way, for the holidays coming up, right? So Thanksgiving's on a Thursday, Black Friday's Black Friday. that's fine. I think that's reasonable because it'll probably be a pre-taped Smackdown for that more than likely. But then again, I mean, that's also Survivor Series weekend. So it's like, do I just like do the Smackdown before, then do Survivor Series? So that's a whole thing that I'm going to have to consider. But on top of that, Christmas and Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day are on Wednesdays and Thursdays respectively, so I've got to think that maybe they're going to probably do a pre-taped for Smackdown. I don't know. I don't remember the schedule offhand. But I do know that they're doing the European tour in January, so I would assume they'd probably want everyone to get some time off before that, just kind of based on the schedule, but I could be totally wrong. You know what, let's take a look at the schedule for the rest of the year anyway, for WWE. Because I have a feeling they're probably going to give everybody a break for the holidays. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. Oh my god, all the pop-ups. I don't need this. Yeah, let's take a little look-see-loo. Yeah, because I mean, Survivor Series is Thanksgiving weekend. And that's in San Diego. I don't see anything for the Smackdown beforehand, so I don't know. It looks... Oh, maybe they're doing it the week before? Possibly? I don't know. Because there's something for, like, November 22nd, and then, of course, that's, like, a Friday. And then the week after would probably be in San Diego? I would assume so. And then, basically, I don't see anything between John Cena's final match, which is on December 13th, through the 8th in Germany. So, I don't see anything for the holiday season just yet. Unless if I miss something, which could very well be the case. No, I'm looking at the official website. I'm not seeing things. So we don't know what the holiday schedule is even going to look like. Oh. Okay, I just heard something. Okay, I don't know if that was, like, in my headset or what was going on there, but I heard something, like, almost staticky. It's like, alright, CM Punk, like, you're out in a little while, okay? Okay, now, if this match goes past, like, say, 20 minutes or something in length, then we'll trim it down, and we'll just kind of, like, get right to the ending, pretty much. We're usually pretty patient birds in this household, but, like, we got places to be. But yeah, that's a little bit weird. I'm sure they're going to announce some stuff, I'm sure, but like, you know, that kind of impacts the schedule, right? A little bit, I would think. But yeah, I would have to assume they're probably going to do Smackdown, like maybe the night before in San Diego. But then that's like Black Friday, that's the day after Thanksgiving, so that could go either direction. Okay, I don't know what just happened there, but Chelsea was floating. But yeah, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that raises the question of, like, okay, well, we might have a bunch of pre-taped Friday Night Smackdowns in that situation, right? Right, I don't know. But yeah, so far, we're going to be doing the Crown Jewel PLE, we'll be doing the Survivor Series PLE, and there's no way we're missing John Cena's final match. Like, I will literally get a month of Peacock just to watch. Like, no shame. Because, like, basically I'm just down to, like, Netflix and, like, the Hulu Live bundle. Or not the Hulu Live bundle, but, like, just the Hulu ESPN bundle. The one that's, like, $30 for a year, and then it goes up to, I think, like, 37 or something a month. So, like, that's literally what we're working with, right? So, it's like we need to consolidate all these streaming subscriptions. So, needless to say, yeah, even then, like, it's really weird, because it's like, okay, well, I know there's another Saturday night's main event, and there's, like, the Halloween episode of Smackdown. I will not be here for that one, and, yeah, again, I don't know what is going on. So, there's, like, a big 2 to 3 week gap between John Cena's final match and then the European tour. I've got to think they're probably gonna, like, maybe have it, like, closer to where everyone is. I don't know. That would be my hope, right? Or at least make it a little bit accessible to where it's like, okay, like, let's not have, like, all these really long flights, even though they're really long flights in the first place. I don't know. I just think about the talent, okay? Like, I don't know how they do all the traveling. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. And, like, I remember during Royal Rumble weekend, like seeing everybody just kind of running around and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my lord, how is everybody doing? How am I doing this? And I don't have that many places to be. You know what I mean? I mean, if you remember us watching, we did Royal Rumble weekend. Here was like literally all I had scheduled. Wednesday night, I got in and I got to the Pacers game. That was literally all I had. Just get from Cincinnati to Indianapolis and go to the Pacers game that night and check into the hotel. That was literally my entire itinerary. The following day, on Thursday, I did my meet and greets, but they were all in the afternoon. So I'm like, oh, I got the morning freed up. I'm going to have like my breakfast and then I'm going to go running around and see things. So I went to some museums and stuff. And then the meet and greets. Friday, it was like just Smackdown. So like we just kind of were running around aimlessly half the day. Probably, right? And then Friday it was Royal Rumble, or Saturday was Royal Rumble. So I went to a museum, and then I basically like got a late lunch, and then went pretty much almost right to Royal Rumble after that. So yeah, like that was literally it. I didn't have that many places that I had to be at, and I'm like, oh my god, these schedules are just insane. Because like, again, like you kind of see it a little bit when you're at those superstore events. You kind of see everybody getting shuffled around and stuff like that. I don't know how they do it. This is why I always say on the reactions, like I just want everyone to be happy and healthy, and you know, just doing great, regardless of whatever promotion that they're at, right? At the end of the day, like everyone that we watch our stories, like they're human beings too. We just want everyone to be okay. But yeah, again, that was kind of like a little side tangent there. But I mean, there's some merit to it, right? I know a lot of, you know, there's a lot of discourse about the current product, WWE and AEW and all that, and just kind of this just overall deflating kind of feeling. I don't know if that's the right wording, but I think that's kind of a good way to sum things up. But it's like we're all kind of feeling just a little bit deflated, I feel like, altogether. I don't know. It just kind of feels like we're not moving up and we're not moving down. I don't know. I hope that makes some sense. It's like WWE and AEW, they're both kind of dragging things out too long at points, and it's like, okay, where's the direction at? Now, again, we've been very critical about good old AEW from the very start, of course, but, like, not in, like, this toxic way, more in a, oh my god, I just want you to do well kind of way. That's how I see it. I want everyone to do well. Because that's healthy for the ecosystem. That's more options for all of us, including us fans, the wrestlers, people behind the scenes, you know, whatever, right? But yeah, like, again, I always have a lot of questions, and I felt like we've been sort of in a weird limbo for a bit, like, with WWE, where it's kind of like, okay, at least we know who's feuding with who, so that's helpful, but it's like, okay, are we going to take a chance on anything? I don't know. I don't know, the vibes are just off. And I mean, the ticket prices don't help anything, but like, ticket prices are insane across the board. I think we touched on this on a reaction video recently, but like part of the reason why people like weren't at the Smackdown in Cincinnati as much as they were for the Monday Night Raw is because, well, one, Monday Night Raw, that was in February. We don't have like anything going on in February outside of like, maybe like college basketball and, our Cincinnati Cyclones hockey team, right? But even then, like, January and February, like, we are hibernating. Like, our area is not built to handle cold, snow, ice, you name it. So, like, we literally don't do much of anything during the winter months. And our winter is literally just January and February at this point. But even then, like, again, you're kind of factoring in, like, okay, that's right after the holidays. Like, people probably got tickets for their kids for the holidays, right? You know, that was probably a silo there. But also, it's the flagship show, and it was one of the first episodes on Netflix, so, I mean, the timing of everything was great. And there was a lot more synergy and intrigue, I think, earlier on in the year, too. And also, like, there was a number of variables, too, right? So, you have to take a look at how expensive tickets are altogether, and not just in wrestling on top of that. Like, everything's expensive.
Champions, the team of Niven and Chelsea Green.
But yeah, like that same week, week that Smackdown was here in Cincinnati, it was also UC's family weekend. And, like, to go to a UC football game, like, you got to go through stupid Ticketmaster. You can tell I love Ticketmaster. It's like $45 to $50 per person for Ticketmaster. And then Bengals home game tickets, because they had the game against the Lions that weekend. Like, I took a look this morning to take a look at the next home game or whatever. The cheap seats are like $150 a pop for resale. And I'm like, this is why we can't have nice things. Like, concerts are getting bad. And, like, everything ticket-wise, event-wise is going bad. That's my Ticketmaster tangent. If you've been around on the channel for, a little while, you know that Ticketmaster and I have my thoughts about them for sure. It keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting worse. Anyway, I know you're not here for the Ticketmaster tangent, but somebody's going to call them out on their nonsense, right? Anyway, let's just keep things going. We had an exciting matchup right there with Chelsea and Piper. We keep things moving along, and we've got another title match to get to, people. Let's see who walks out with that WWE title. Will it be AJ Styles? Will it be CM Punk? Will it be LA Knight? Well, we are going to find out.
The following contest is a triple threat match that is for the Undisputed WWE Championship.
Y'all, we really need to do a deep dive video on stupid Ticketmaster. I always bring receipts. Y'all know that I have posted receipts.
Introducing the challenger from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, LA Knight.
Yeah, okay, there we go. I was like, are they going to do that? Are they going to do the thing? But they did the thing. But yeah, we could go on about Ticketmaster. And you know what? I could probably go back at least a couple of years. Shoot, I could go back even just the journey of 2025, because how many WWE shows did I go to this year? I went to 5. And 3 of those were here in Cincinnati. 2 of those were in Indianapolis for Royal Rumble weekend. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, how did this get this crazy? Well, it's 2025. There's no other way around it. Everything's expensive. And the reason I say this is because, like, I don't do it. This was the first year I really didn't do any concerts. Like, I usually go to at least 1 or 2 wrestling shows and maybe 1 or 2 concerts, but even concerts are getting really bad, and I'm like, I can't justify this. Like, the only concert right now, well, maybe 2, that are on my radar is like...
And introducing the challenger from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Alrighty, so yeah, like, hold up here. Let me see here. I have one concert I'm looking at. Oh my god, no, I don't want sponsored results. Oh dear lord. Okay. I'm doing great. Why would you not put the official website up first? Like, okay. So really, I mean, there's like 2 concerts that I would like to go to next year, but I think only one of them is probably going to realistically happen. Okay. Hold up here. Oh, seriously? Okay. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh my god, I just had it. Okay, no, this could be the realistic one. Okay, that's actually not... Okay, that's actually pretty spaced out. But yeah, there's only 2 concerts that I would realistically have any interest in going to next year so far. One is Rush. And they've got like 4 dates in Chicago at the time of recording this. And Chicago's only 4.5, 5 hours, I think, at most, from Cincinnati. And then they have 2 dates up in Cleveland, and that's the hometown. That is the motherland. So that's where I'm originally from. And that's 4 hours away.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 WWE Champion, CM Punk.
The only other concert that I would actually contemplate going to next year might be Ed Sheeran, and that might be it. And that's okay. I don't know what happened to the sound there, but that would be about it. Like, nosebleeds so far are they're a lot, but I mean, you know what? It's better to say that you went if it's an artist you want to go to. When it comes to my wrestling seats, I get a little more picky. When it comes to concerts, you can throw me in the nosebleeds. I will be a happy camper. The nosebleeds are the best seats because at least you can say that you were there, and like you don't have all the speakers blaring like right at you. Like, you can be comfortable at a concert. I went to a bunch of concerts, thankfully, when I was like growing up and stuff like that. Mostly as like a teenager and stuff, but yeah. But I mean, like, when you grow up in the Cleveland area, like, it's home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so that kind of writes itself, I feel like. Which is a really cool museum, but that's besides the point. Anyway, we got a title match on our hands. But yeah, the Ed Sheeran tour, that's not until October of next year, so it's like a full year out. And it's up the road from me in Indianapolis, so I'm like, that would be fun. But of course, WWE, they're doing the thing where they're apparently doing more shows in Indianapolis, and like, it's 2 hours up the road for me. Like, that's another thing too. They did like the WrestlePalooza thing with like a 1 month notice, and I'm like, we need a little bit more time here. And that was another thing too that I also thought of with the whole Cincinnati thing. A good amount of people probably saw, oh crap, WrestlePalooza and Smackdown are within like a couple weeks of each other. We need to pick one or the other probably. And, well, I went to Smackdown because, again, that is a 1 month notice. Like, I need at least more than a month. I need, like, a couple months' notice, which is how we're able to plan out SummerSlam, because they announced it so far out. And I appreciate that. Now, I do wonder where they're going to have Survivor Series next year. Because that's something I would like to go to personally. But yeah, those are my only two concerts I would go to next year so far. Unless if something crazy happens. Oh yeah, no, I think, let me see here. I think My Chemical Romance was going to Louisville next year, if I remember correctly. That would be the other one. It's like we've learned a lot about Christina in this episode. Okay, hang on here. No, just get me to the official website. My God. Okay, I'm fine. I'm doing great. Yeah, okay. I swear to God, they were also going up to Columbus, I think. Yeah, so, like, Sonic Festival. Oh, wait. No, that's, like, literally a week after my trip. No, yeah, that's, like, literally less than a week after my one trip. I swear to God, they were going to freaking Louisville next year. I just... Yeah, no, that's correct. Oh, that's in September of next year. Oh, crap, that would overlap with the Cleveland Rush tour, if I went to the Cleveland show. Oh, boy. Well, that happened. So, it's probably gonna be a very tight fit no matter what. Yeah, those would be my three concerts I would have an interest in going to next year. It'd be My Chemical Romance, Rush, or Ed Sheeran. Again, I don't care if it's nosebleeds. But I'm pretty sure Louder Than Life is an outdoor thing, right? Again, I don't go to the music festivals. Oh yeah, forget that, man. Okay, well, I mean, listen, September is brutal here in Kentucky. We have basically shifted, like, so we have a normal spring, but, like, fall seems to be getting delayed a little bit. We've had a weird seasonal shift over the last year or two. Yeah. We had to. But either way, like, So we only get like 2 months of winter here in the greater Cincinnati area. That is July and, or July, I wish. January and February. January is like, if we get snow, that's when it's gonna hit. February, it's basically ice season and like ice storm season. Then basically March and April tend to be a little bit rainier, but like basically normal spring. May can be a bit of a toss-up, but we typically get like a normal spring, which is great. I love normal spring. I love the in-between seasons. Summertime basically starts as early as like probably Memorial Day weekend, maybe a scotch before or a little bit after. But by June 1st, we're already looking at like almost 90 degrees in some pockets, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. But basically, we get summertime from June through September at this point. Like, this is our first week of, like, actual fall here. And it's, like, basically October 9th. Like, so basically, we're getting either a shorter fall or an extended fall. Because last year, again, we didn't get our first snow until, like, I think that first week of January. Because we had 2 snowstorms in January, like, this past winter. So that leads me to believe we could just be getting a shift with the seasons at this point. And I'm like, can we just have like a longer fall? I don't want an extended summer. I can't take this anymore. But yeah, that's kind of the logic, right? So like next year so far, I am going on a little weekend trip for my 30th birthday, and that's in May. So I'm excited for that. And then next year, I'm going to SummerSlam. For my birthday next year, I'm actually going up to the New England area, up towards like Boston and like that whole area, so that'll be really cool. And then, yeah, then SummerSlam's in Minneapolis, and that's again a 2-hour flight for me, so pretty straightforward. So yeah, there we go, BMT. Okay, AJ Styles. Okay. Okay, AJ, what are we doing? Okay, so yeah, that's basically what's going on. So, depending on the Rush concert, I would. There's a couple different scenarios in which these things could happen next year. And again, WWE, they always do something in Indianapolis, it seems like, at the rate things are going at. So I got to keep my eyeballs peeled on that. But basically, it would kind of look like either 2 full-blown trips in January, although July, and we make the Rush concert happen somewhere in July, but then we got like SummerSlam like a couple weeks after that up in Minneapolis. Now again, Chicago's only 4 hours away, so not too terrible. Cleveland would be in September, so like also not too bad. That'd be a quick trip for me. Quick as in like 4 hours at most, probably, right? Right. So that's kind of where we're at. Again, I don't know what we're going to do yet. And then the Ed Sheeran concert is in Indianapolis, but that's a full year out too. And that's just in Indianapolis. So there's a few different directions there that we could go with. Of course, like, I would also see My Chemical Romance. I remember, I think they had a Nashville date somewhere. Did I missee things? Or misread things, rather? This is exactly what you get, like, here in this household. Oh yeah, no, they're going to the Nissan Stadium. Wait, I thought that stadium was under construction. I don't know, but nonetheless, yeah, no, that's like right after SummerSlam, so realistically speaking, My Chemical Romance is out, because otherwise because like I'm not going to be outside in the middle of summer here in Louisville. That's just not happening. That is simply not happening. Yeah, we wouldn't really be able to make it as much as I would love to go and see them. It's like, wow, we've learned a lot in this episode. Ticketmaster's terrible. Concerts are everything's expensive entertainment-wise. And we learned more about some of Christina's favorite bands. So that's kind of the thought process right now, and we got to be kind of on standby for anything that might be happening in probably in Indianapolis. But yeah, I'm on standby to also see where Survivor Series is at next year. So, like, it's a very likely travel-heavy year, and I'm really grateful that I'm in this position where I can do it. You know, we've been working our little butts off this year to, like, make it work. So, that's just, I'm super grateful for it. It's one of those things where it's like I never thought I'd actually get to a point where I could actually do the things and like go see the things, and like it's a really cool thing. But yeah, I don't know where Survivor Series is going to be at. I'm very suspicious, but you know, they've been penciling in things for 2027 so far, and I'm like, the only thing that's not penciled in for next year is literally Survivor Series. I know they announced it like a good 6 or 7 months out, and I think they announced it back in April for Survivor Series. So I get the vibe that like that's kind of where it's going to be, probably like around for next year, maybe. I don't know, because like next year I think it's what, Saudi Arabia for Royal Rumble, Vegas for Mania, New Orleans for Money in the Bank. Because remember, they were supposed to get WrestleMania, but then that didn't happen. And then for SummerSlam, that's in Minneapolis, and we'll be up there for that. So I do wonder where Survivor Series goes. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, because I mean, like, they already started to put stuff into the calendar with like the Saudi Arabia WrestleMania 2027. But let me know where you maybe think that they're going to go with for Survivor Series. I feel like in 2027, I gotta feel like Indianapolis is probably going to get SummerSlam because they're guaranteed a SummerSlam and a WrestleMania, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I mean, when is the new Nissan Stadium going to be done? Because now I'm getting like, because that's in Nashville, because I gotta think they're going to want to capitalize on that at some point, right? Okay, so I think this is going to be a brand new stadium, so again, I'm probably dumb, but like, are they still playing in the current stadium? Okay, the old Nissans. Okay, so they're playing in the old stadium, so the soon-to-be old stadium is still going. Okay, that would make some sense. Again, I would feel like, I think, let me see here. I think it's at 2027. That's also 4 hours up the road. Oh, 2 count right there. Yep, construction began in 2024, and the stadium is slated to be completed by 2027, opening in 2027 for Titans games and other events. Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I've got to think that they might want to have a little event over in Nashville in 2027. Maybe they bring it back to SummerSlam there, which would be a disaster because it's so freaking hot in the summer months there. Or, yeah, they could pencil in something big. I don't know. Yeah, that would make some sense. That would really make some sense. I'm just thinking all this through. Like, again, we're trying to plan things out a little bit more long term, and just with the planning, and then we go down the rabbit hole and stuff. But yeah, again, like, we don't know if Indianapolis is going to get anything because they're supposed to get something. I gotta think Nashville will probably get something for 2027, just based on the fact that the new stadium is supposed to be done in 2027. So. I didn't check to see what month. I don't know if they have an actual month, because that would be awesome if we had a month. But they could very well get SummerSlam. I don't know. I mean, if they're not getting WrestleMania, like, wouldn't it make sense to have one of the big four? We'll see. Yeah. Oh my lord. Okay, well, we had a tap out, but that doesn't count, so. Yeah, no, it literally says that opening day is set for 2027, so that could be, that's pretty open-ended. So, I mean, we'll know more as we go along, I'm sure, but, like, that's kind of what I was thinking, right? But I hope everyone's having a lovely day so far. Again, I know we've been yapping a lot in this episode, but we've had so much to talk about. Because we're plotting and scheming for 2026. Because it's like, okay, well, my travel for the first half of the year, it's really just the one trip, and that's all set. So now it's just getting to SummerSlam, which we should be good to go, I think, sometime early next year, probably. And then after that, anything else is like the cherry on top at this point. CM Punk with the GTS on LA Knight into the cover. And CM Punk picks up the win here tonight, retaining the title. I think he's been like the one consistent person with the title.
Winner, and still the undisputed
And in Chicago,
WWE Champion, CM Punk.
so yeah, we were yapping a lot about just potential things going up for 2026, but I figured it'd be a kind of fun little update. We might even just chit-chat about it a little bit more in a video towards the end of the year or something, kind of like a end-of-the-year recap heading into what 2026 could look like, you know, that kind of thing, because you know, we've got just so much going on, it seems like, and just everything's crazy. I don't know. But either way, CM Punk retains. LA Knight and AJ Styles, they're continuing their little feud, and that came in at 4.5 stars. So let's see how we did. Let's see how everybody else did. And I think we'll go ahead and we'll close things out. Maybe we'll also just kind of go through the next two shows, see how we did. But I'm thinking we close things out because this could be a bit of a longer episode. Okay, we got 20. Okay, I just like went. Okay. Alrighty, so I accidentally just kept pressing the X button way too much and just continue to just speed through everything. But effectively, we're still in first place, and we won this week, which is great. And we're just going to keep on moving along. Alrighty, week 22. We got like 3 weeks left. That's fine. Okay, well, we got some competition. Okay. The crowd has really been getting behind me. It's time to capitalize on that. You should give me top billing in the upcoming show. I want the main event. Excuse me? It's pretty obvious that the crowd wants to see me in the biggest matches. It should be me who gets the main event. I assume you agree, Aldous? Why don't we make things a little interesting? Let's do it. Okay, so we gotta give both CM Punk and LA Knight a main event match. Ivy Nile fights this week. Let's just kind of wrap up that feud. So we're gonna go ahead and just breeze through these next 2 weeks and hope for the best. So we'll go ahead and set things up. We'll go through this week, kind of see how we did, see how the other shows did, that sort of thing. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and simulate everything. We've got the tag team titles on the line with A-Town Down Under versus Seth and Ryan Parker. Let's see what happens. Alrighty, Grayson and Theory, they won. Alright, we're up to level 2. Love that, love that. AJ Styles and LA Knight, excellent promo. Not really a surprise there. Andrade and Cole Quinn, let's see who wins.
That's 3. Bell.
Alrighty, Andrade picks up a huge win. And we're up to level 4. Alrighty, we got a new feud with Stephanie Vaquer and Roxanne Perez. That should be good. Bayley versus Asuka, non-title matchup.
Ring that bell.
Alrighty, we got Bayley coming up here. Alrighty, we got a 3 stars. And then we've got Piper and Chelsea and Stephanie and Lash once again in a feud because we just need something at this point to work with and we need options. And then, of course, we got CM Punk and LA Knight in the main event with good old Dom. Let's see what happens here.
1, 2. It's over.
I mean, truly, Dom's been holding down the fort, but CM Punk has too. I feel like if we kept like 3 people on this roster, it has to be these 3, right? Like Punk, LA Knight, and Dom at this rate, because they're all just holding down the fort. Alrighty, let's see how we did. Beautiful. Okay, so we didn't do too bad. Okay, perfect. So we've got little rivalry improvements pretty much throughout the show. We got a couple new feuds over here, so that's all fun and exciting. Alrighty. Everybody's a little ticked off at Ivy kind of like leaving there, and that's fine. We also got the wrestling center, so we unlocked that arena, so that should help things out too. But we got 20,000 fans, which is great. Alright, we're up to 21 for NXT, 37 for Monday Night Raw. Looks like, yep, they used a power-up, I think. Maybe for ECW as well, and that's fine, that makes sense. And we're still in first place, and again, like, we're still crushing it, people. We're up to one Hall of Fame trophy, but Paul Heyman's right behind us. We gotta keep tabs on him. Week 23! Oh, Lord. That's fine. Oh, my Lord. How are we gonna book this? Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. That is a lot. Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. We also have this that we can use, which we might do that too. But we're going to go ahead and book the show, and then we're going to simulate week 23, and we'll close things out. Alrighty, we also got the email campaign, so we are basically almost up to level 3 on everything, except for Backstage Crew, so that's exciting. So just giving y'all a quick little update there. Let's go ahead and book the show. I think this makes sense given our constraints. We had like 6 people out because Natalia's still out for one more week because we had to use the power-up thing, or we had to do the player card or whatever. But we got Bayley versus Asuka versus Lash. Let's see who wins. Non-title match. Asuka picking up a huge win over here. 3.5 stars. AJ Styles once again with a promo. That's fine. Ryan Parker versus Austin Theory in a singles match.
It's over.
Alrighty, we got Austin Theory picking up the win here. 1.5 stars, that's fine. Shawn Spears, 0 stars, or 0 momentum, 0 popularity. There we go, that's what we were looking for. Roxanne Perez versus Stephanie Vaquer. New rivalry on our hands here. And Roxanne wanted a match this week, so that all worked out just fine. Andrade with a call-out promo. It is what it is. We have CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. I know, we have like all these triple threat matches in the main event. These fans are probably sick of it, but Dirty Dominic Mysterio wins. We've got a champion versus champion situation on our hands, so that's kind of interesting. I can get behind that as a concept. Alright, well, let's see how everybody else did. Let's see what's going to go down after this episode and see where we are for the go-home show. Alrighty, okay, well, middle of the show didn't do too great, but we did pretty well at the start and end of the show, so that's pretty good to see. Everything kind of went up a little bit, which is good, so all in all, not too bad, not too bad. Almost another 20,000 fans. Love to see it, love to see it. And, yeah, let's see how everybody else did. Okay, NXT is at 17,000, 21,000 for Raw. I know ECW is climbing back up there, but they're still 13,000. Sorry, Paul. We should probably check in on the season challenges, I think, but I'm pretty sure we completed those. Oh, okay, that's fine. Everything's fine. Sure, that's fine. Alrighty. Yep, let's talk figures. Perfect. Okay. Let's make it happen. Getting a little... Okay, that's... Alright, let's make the switch within 3 weeks. Okay, we got a lot happening this week, so we have to schedule a run-in, apparently. Okay, there we go. So the season challenges, I mean, honestly, we got close to this for the promos, that's fine. Interference, we also... I mean, we could do both, but I mean, who wants to have an interference at WrestleMania, right? Right. Big spender, obviously not even there yet. We're not there yet. Let me see here. Yeah, we have like a number of power-up cards still, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and book the show here, and then we'll come back and go over the card, and maybe we can decide on what matches we're going to watch, because, well, I'm basically going to be filming this next episode, probably after I finish this one, even though this is taking me almost an hour to film. Okay, so given our constraints, we don't have a lot of fun stipulations here, but I think we'll at least be able to wrap up some feuds, which is kind of nice. So we'll at least be wrapping up the Lash Legend and Tatum Paxley feud with a tables match to kick things off. We have a title match with Bayley, Asuka, and Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's Championship with a Chelsea Green run-in on Bailey because we had to schedule a run-in. And we could use those health spa things. We also kept up our promise with Austin Theory getting a triple threat or fatal four-way match. Over here in this random fatal four-way tables match, we're just rolling with it. We have Natalia getting her match with Piper Niven. This will be for the Women's United States Championship. Again, Natalia's been holding down the fort too. Her and Dom. We should probably keep those two coming up. But yeah, maybe those are it. Maybe it's Natalia, Dom, and CM Punk. But speaking of Dom, he's defending his United States Championship against CM Punk in the main event, so that's exciting. The hope is that as long as like nothing crazy happens with WrestleMania, the hope is that we can have these two duke it out for the world title. So that's where things are going. So, I know this was a really long episode. These episodes typically are not this long, I don't think, but this was just, a very long episode because there was a lot of ground and the matches went on a little bit, and that's okay. This is what we're here for. We're here to have a good time. And I had a blast recording this episode too, so I think that helps. And we had a lot of chit chat, and I think that also is, that's also healthy as well. And yeah, I think this is a pretty solid little card. I think we're probably going to watch at least maybe these two matches in the next episode. Maybe even this triple threat match. We'll have to see what happens here. But yeah, either way around, let me know what you thought about this really long episode down in the comments down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button so you get notifications around here and that sort of thing. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next one.